Welcome to the funniest show in the world, more specifically on Amazon Live. With loads of crafts and cooking, you can follow along. The Fresh and Felicia Show. This is the Fresh and Felicia Show.
Chuck Fresh, Refresh, and Felicia, welcome back to the Fresh and Felicia Show. This is our fourth live today. So it'll be like 6 months before we do this again. Kidding. Jasion EB7. This is a portable, foldable electric bicycle that has more than enough capability for the average rider. What can this thing do? Well, what can it do? Let's talk about some of the features of the Jasion EB7. Thank you to the people at Jasion for sending this to us for the review. It's a pretty amazing bike. So let's go through the overview really quick, talk about some of the stuff here. We have an adjustable seat and handlebars. So you can move this around wherever you want, move the seat up and down, change the tilt on it if you want to do that. All completely adjustable on this bike. It's got dual disc brakes. So you have these electric bikes, you're going to start going pretty quick at a pretty good clip. So you're going to need something reliable that's going to be able to stop you when you need to stop. Dual disc brakes will always do that for you. You can change the pads if you come to that after a couple of 100 miles. If you need to do that, that's great. I personally don't like to stop. I just keep going, so I'll never have to change mine. Long range hidden. Can you guys see a battery on this thing? It's like a magic trick. It's hidden inside the frame. That's pretty cool, right? Game changer. We're talking a 48 volt. I think it's a 16 amp hour, no, 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery for 480 watt hours. Plenty of that. We'll talk about range in a second. It's got front and rear shock absorption, which is mind-blowing. At a bicycle in this price level has both front and rear suspension. And again, it's a 500 watt motor. It's going to get you up to upwards of 22 miles an hour. This is a class 2. Yeah, it's a pretty nice bike. So the game changer again, is almost all the bikes we talked about today, is it's foldable. And why is being foldable so important? So you can carry this bike anywhere. Places you couldn't go with a bicycle before, places you couldn't go with an electric bicycle before, you can now go there because you can fold this up, put it in the back of your RV, put it in the back of your trailer if you want to do that, put it in the back of your SUV. You can actually fit this in some trunks. Also, the foldable aspect is very cool because you can store it in small places. If you live in a small apartment like this, you could fold it up and pop it into a closet. So really some great features about this, and we'll get into the detail and nitty gritty. I may even ride this one around the apartment before the end of the show because I'm known to do very silly, stupid things. I may take it on a jump off the kitchen counter. Think I can do that?
No.
I'm too old for that. Hey, Utechpia, David checking in. Good to see you, bud. Hope everything's going well. And I bet David has an electric bike. He's on the tech, on the fast moving end of tech stuff. He has all the latest and greatest stuff. Made by the people at Jasion. Again, they sent this to us for promotional consideration. So thank you. Let's take a look at some of the features. Do I have to fold this?
Yes.
Now?
Whenever you're ready.
All right, let's go through some of the features for 3 modes of power. So some of these electric bikes are, some of the class 1s are pedal assist only, but this is considered a class 2 because it has pedal assist and a throttle, and this bicycle will take you up to 20 to 22 miles an hour. Pedal assist up to about 22, throttle only, which you can do on this bike, up to about 20 miles an hour. So you can, number 1, pedal it like a bicycle. First and foremost, it is a bicycle. It's got 7 gears on it, 7 Shimano gears on it. So you can pedal it like a bicycle and ignore the motor, pretend it's not an e-bike. You could totally do that if you want to. Places where electric bikes are not permitted, you can ride this bike as a regular bicycle. And if you happen to ride a little too far, a little too fast, and you need to get home, you don't have to walk it home. You don't have to call AAA like with an electric car like a Tesla. Once those batteries are dead, it's over. This is a bicycle. You run out of battery juice, ride it home, right? So cool. All right, so we have pedal only. You can ride it like a bicycle. Pedal assist, where it senses how hard, how much you're pedaling. And depending on the level you have this onboard computer set at, it gives you a little push, a little bit of help. depending on what level of pedal assist you're at. You go through, I think this is 1, 2, 3. It's at least 3. It may be 5. We'll take a look at that in a second. And also has a throttle only, so you can ignore pedaling. If you don't want to pedal, ride this thing like a motorcycle. It has a half twist throttle. You just kick this guy in, and it's going to start moving by itself like a motorcycle. And how cool is that? And you're going to be able to go about 20 miles an hour. So that's pretty sweet. Let's talk about the motor. It's located in the rear wheel. It's called a hub motor. 500 watts of power. Now, a lot of people are like, well, my hairdryer has more than that. That is a tremendous amount of power when it comes to pushing you along on a street. Top speed is listed at about 20 miles an hour if you do throttle only with that 500 watt motor, which is pretty fast. And it's considered a class 2. But you can actually pedal this, help it along, get a little bit more speed, 20, 23 miles an hour. Pretty easy to do if you're really huffing along, get the wind on your back, and you're a nice flat road somewhere. So that's pretty cool. The battery, we have a 48 volt. I don't know if you can see this back here. The light's a little jacked up. 48 volt, 10 amp hour removable lithium ion battery. And that's going to give you a range. And again, this is very, very vague. It's hard to estimate the range because there's a lot of factors that come into play. We'll talk about that in a second. For somewhere between 20 to 40 miles. So you could ride this bike 20 to 40 miles before you have to recharge the battery using the electricity. Again, you can ride it forever. You ride it for 1,000,000 miles if you don't use the electricity. So let's talk about range. There's something called range anxiety or battery anxiety that a lot of people who drive electric cars or ride electric motorcycles have. Am I going to be able to get home? I'm going to ride this bike so far, but am I going to be able to get home? Well, as we discussed before, it's a bicycle, so you'll always be able to pedal. Because if you just want to use electric power, we're talking 20 to 40 miles, and that depends on, number one, how many hills and the incline of those hills. Most e-bikes or electric bikes are rated to go up to about 15% grade with no problem. It can handle that whatsoever. But the more you go up hills, the shorter length you're going to have on the battery. Number two, how much do you weigh? If you weigh 60 pounds, you're going to be able to go a lot further than somebody who weighs 230 pounds, right? Because the motor has to do less work if you're lighter. Number three, the wind direction. If you have that wind slamming into your face at 40 miles an hour like it does here, we get like hurricane force winds on the street like every day coming off the Atlantic coast. We're on the east coast of Florida here. So if the wind's in your face, the motor's going to have to work a little harder. You're going to get less range. Tire inflation. If your tires are properly inflated, these are rated at 35 pounds. So you're going to get a little bit more juice out of that if your tires are properly inflated. Starts and stops. Remember, the hardest thing for a motor to do is to start you from a dead stop. So if you can pedal assist when you're at those dead stops, your battery is going to last a lot longer. Let the battery kick in after you've started the bike. And it's good to get a little exercise. And of course, your pedal assist level, how much you decide to pedal or not pedal, will have a direct effect on how long the battery is going to last. So again, to cure battery anxiety, top off your battery every time you ride it. You could charge it easily through the frame, or you can take it out. I will show you how to do that. Pedal assist when you start off, just give it a little pedal, even if you're in the lowest gear, just for a little couple revolutions, just enough to get it started from a dead stop. And when you're on hills too. And again, just pedal. It's great exercise. It's good for you. It's good for the bike. It's good for the environment. Let's do this. Burn some calories. All right. So the battery, we're going to talk about the battery. In order to see the battery, which is hidden in this frame, we're going to have to unfold this. Felicia, are you ready for the official unfolding ceremony, the folding ceremony?
I'm ready. Johnny Kong tuned in.
Johnny Kong, what's up, yo? All right, check this out. We're going to fold this. I keep saying unfold. We're going to fold it. So again, the game changer in this bad boy is being able to fold it into half, essentially half. And I'll show you how easy that is to do. Should I turn it around so they can see how to do this?
Yes.
All right, let me move my boom over here. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take this. You see I'm deadlifting this. It's about 60 pounds. So you can deadlift it if you've got a little bit of muscle. Of course, I am massive. Like one time I fought The Rock in a wrestling ring. Remember that? Well, The Rock was not the real Rock. He was like a 20-pound kid. But all right, so this here is your latch. Can you see that on camera? So it's got a little safety switch. You push this forward and kind of lift this back. And it exposes the hinge. So what you're going to do now is just kind of lift it up a little bit and watch this magic happen. Look what happened. Did you see what I just did there? Did you see what I just did there? And I'm going to lift it a little bit, and I'm going to fold it completely in half like a Sammy. You know what a Sammy is? It's like a sandwich. And I'm going to put it down here. Cool, huh? I've got a folded bike. Can you see this? All right, so that's not all. So you have a height restriction in your car, right? This got a little safety switch. We pull this guy down too. And the handlebars fold as well. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to try to bring it back a little bit now. All right, so I'm going to lift it this way. I have limited space in this place. So now you can lift it up and put it in your SUV. You've got to fold it in half. You can put two of these side by side, right? Pretty sweet. Foldable. This is next level stuff. But let's talk about the battery for a second, because the battery is hidden inside here. You can remove the battery if you want to and charge it in the comfort of your own apartment or your own office, wherever you want to put that. So I'm going to bring this microphone down here. And I'm going to tell you, it's not easy to get these batteries out. And it's a good thing, because you don't want them to fall out. You don't want somebody to be able to steal them. And they are keyed. So that's the beauty. I'm going to show you how to take this thing out. You can't really see it behind that thing. So underneath here, there's a key. I'm going to twist this so that this little protective guy goes away. And then I'm going to take the key out. And you can't see that, but the battery's sliding out. So here is my battery. I'm going to move this over here. I'm learning, right? We use wireless microphones, but we kind of upgraded. So this is the battery. This is the Jasion battery. And again, it's keyed. So that's a security feature for you. And you can turn it off. You can lock it in. So when you turn it on, it's got 3 positions. It has off and locked. You see this little thing comes out to lock it in the frame. And then this is on. This means it will deliver power to the bike when you want to. And then when you're ready to put it back in or take it out, just push it in and turn it this way. And it puts this little knob back into the recessed position. Now I can shove this back in the bike. So what's the advantage of this? If you go somewhere a little seedy, right? And you don't want to leave your battery on your bike, it makes it more attractive to be stolen, right? If you're in like a bad area, you could take the battery out with you if you're going to leave there for a length of time. And also, if you take it to work, you don't have to roll your whole bike in the office to charge it. Just take the battery out, and your charging port is right here. You can't see that in that light here. So you take this and your charger inside, you can charge it and get ready for your ride home. So let's put it back in the bike. This is why they have production assistants, Felicia. You need a production assistant. So we take this guy out, you take the key out, make sure you've got that nub lined up, and you know this key is going to be on the bottom here, right? And so I'm going to pop this guy back in here. It just slides right in on a little rail. Only goes in one way. And then I got to lock her back in. I'm going to try to do this backwards without looking at it. And if I can do this without looking at it, that means you can do this with looking at it, right? Uh-oh. Hold on, there it is. And I turn it like that, locks. Oh, I did it. I did it without looking. So I know, right? I know. There'll be an Emmy award for me somewhere. So that's how it's a keyed battery for safety. Number one, it locks in your bike and you can't get it out without the key. And what's nice is you can take the battery out. If you fold it up at work or somewhere and you want to take the battery somewhere else and charge it, you can remove it, which is really nice. And what's cool about that is you really can't see it. Like on most of these e-bikes, you can see the battery. This one, you don't even know it's there. It looks like a regular bike. So a lot of people won't even know you're riding an e-bike. So when you go to race them, you know, for whatever, not that you would do that kind of thing, but you could do that and just really fool people. All right, should we unfold it now, Felicia?
Yes.
Felicia is your new name.
Okay.
As Ian said that. That's Ian's fault.
You did that?
All right, so Felicia. Because in New York, they cut everything off the end. I don't know what they're doing. Never mind. So I'm going to take the handlebars and pop them right back. This is really easy. Anybody can do this. Pop this like that. All right. Now the handlebars are securely locked. And then I could actually take this and roll this around. But you want to make sure that your fingers and everything is nowhere near this thing because it will take some skin off. I'm talking from experience. Lock that guy back in there. Click it back in. You are ready to ride. That's it. It is unfolded and ready to go. Pretty fat, huh?
Johnny Con wants to know what the batteries use.
You mean what kind of cells I use? I understand they use a combination of LG or Samsung cells. They almost look like little double A's, and they line them all up there and chain them all together. They are lithium ion. They are rechargeable. They have supposedly between 500 and 900 charging cycles before you have to replace them. And again, you're going to get 20 to 40 miles out of this thing, depending on where you're going. And, you know, all those things we talked about. And again, if you do run out of battery juice, who cares? Because you can ride it like a bike. Just remember not to lose the keys. And I try to remember, it goes underneath the frame here. It's kind of obscured underneath here, so it's kind of hard to see. Take it out. I'm going to leave it in here. Turn it on the on position. If I can do that. I think it's on now. Should I fire it up?
Oh gosh.
You want to take off on me? Oh, in the wrong position. So there is an on position and an off position here. We got to make sure she's in the on position. Wait. I think I hit the horn. Hold on. Is that on or off? That should be on. Power on. There it is. That's the horn. It comes with a horn. This thing has so many features that a lot more expensive bikes have. At this price point, Felicia, how much is this? I'm gonna start calling you Felice from now on.
Oh gosh. This one is on sale, by the way.
It's on sale.
This is normally $9.50, but there's a $150 coupon on this one. You got to check it.
Wait, how much is that? What's 950 minus 150?
Really?
Johnny, how much is that? That's like $1 million. That's a really good deal on this bike, especially for this is like under $1,000, where you're getting a lot of benefits of some of the bikes that cost upwards of $1,500. You get the foldability, you're getting a 500-watt motor, you're getting a throttle on this guy, and this actually comes with a couple of really neat things. Let's talk about some of these features. I know I'm jumping the gun here. I'm all over the place, but who cares? Disc brakes, fat, puncture-resistant tires, all that stuff you can't see behind me. This has a color LCD. This is pretty neat. Most bikes at this price range do not have a color LCD. Bring it up here, bring my microphone over. I'm learning, Felicia. Look at that. It's got a color LCD, so you can see what's going on here. This also has another really neat feature. Underneath here, there's a USB port. So you can actually charge your phone or your other portable electronic devices right from the bike itself. Right
I did
underneath.
not know that.
Ah, sneaky. See, we all learned something today. So right now it's in pedal assist 1. If I hit this throttle, the rear wheel is going to move. And it's going to move. This thing hustles. Disc brakes. Stop on a dime. Look at that. Try that with your bike. Don't try this at home, okay? So this thing told me it's going up to 7. Let's see. Let's see how much. It shows my speedometer. Let's see how fast I can get this wheel to go with no friction. 21. What? Oh my God. 22. Oh my goodness. It has your trip meter, your odometer. It shows you how much battery life you have left. Also, we'll tell you how long you've ridden it. 113 miles on this thing. This is the trip meter. It has an odometer, a lot of information, and you can preset some of the really cool stuff. Tells you the pedal assist level. You can go from 0. I think this one has 5. Yeah, this has 5 levels of pedal assist. And you can customize some of the stuff on here too. Look, I've only got 50% battery life. We need to charge this baby. Should I charge it on the bike or off the bike? What would Felicia do?
On the bike.
What would Felicia do? All right, let me move my microphone again. And while we're doing that, let's look at some of the other features on this guy. Can you see this? All right, how much does it weigh? A lot of people ask me. I think it's like 59, 60 pounds, somewhere around there. But you can lift it if you're kind of a average male, a female. Can you lift this? Actually, I want Felicia to do 2 things. I want to see if she can lift it, and then I want to see if you can kick yourself over it. Oh, yeah, you can lift it.
I can lift it, but it's heavy.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, can you get on it? Try from the other side. Okay, you can go from there. Oh, you can step over it. Oh, look at you. How tall are you?
5'3".
5'3". Wow, look at you. You're like a model. Oh, my goodness. All right, so the seat's adjustable. People ask, well, what's the height recommendations for this? Felicia's 5'3". She can fit on this thing. The seat is adjustable, so you can pop this all the way up to, where's the max? I like show. This is the maximum height. So if you're like 7 feet tall, you could probably ride this bike. You'd look a little funny doing it. I don't recommend it, but Shaq could probably ride this bike. I'm not going to lie. I'll take it down to about here. And it also comes with a front headlight. Did you know that? Headlight turns on here. Look how bright that is. Nice, huh? Now, this doesn't have a wired rear light, but they did throw it in there in case you need one, in case you want to ride at night. They give you this guy. I'm going to take this off and show it to you. This is pretty cool. And this is USB chargeable. So hold that on like that, and you can look like the police. Woo, 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 woo. You really pull somebody over, right? Of course, you impersonate a cop, you're in big trouble. You don't want to do that. And it's got some blue and red and purple and other lights. It kind of cycles through. So when you're riding at night, it won't integrate as a brake light, but it will make you very, very visible. And this snaps on too, and this comes with the bike. So some of the other features this thing comes with: dual suspension. And that's what really blew my mind on this bike. All the other stuff it comes with, but you're getting dual suspension. So the front, and you can lock this out if you want to, but I can open this guy, and you can see it actually, look at that. Pretty cool, huh? You got front suspension, like a shock absorber in the front. And also, this has rear suspension too. This little guy is a shock absorber. So when you're riding, you have both front and rear shock absorption. That is something very rare and almost unheard of at an electric bike at this price point. And I'm very proud of the people at Jasion for doing that. So I applaud you. Jasion, you're my new heroes. So all these features you've got, I think these are 3-inch puncture resistant tires. So you can take this off-road, you can ride them on-road. It's got a lot of cushion between you and the road, which can make a much more comfortable and secure ride in wet areas, in sand and dirt and grass, and just so many features on this thing. 5.3 to 6.3, we talked about that. And again, it's foldable. It says it weighs about 59 pounds. Now you can remove the battery if you want to transport it somewhere, if you want to put it in the back of your car and you only want to lift 49 pounds or 40, maybe 50 pounds, take the battery out. It'll make it a little more manageable when you're lifting it to the back of your SUV. But so many features on this thing is just mind-blowing. We talked about the key, the controller, and safety features. This has all the safety features all the other bikes have, including the lights and the brake lever. When you touch the brake lever, it will automatically cut the motor. So that is a great safety feature. So if you're walking around with it, if you're going too fast, even if you have the throttle full bore, if you hit that brake lever, it's going to shut off the motor like automatically. So that's pretty cool. Your headlight, your tail light, which is included. The tail light's not wired. You got to turn that on, but that's no big deal. You got your headlight there. It's a nice bike, and especially at how much?
At that price point.
That's insane. There's a $150 coupon on this thing.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a great deal. If you're looking for an entry-level bike that has a lot of features, that's foldable, that has the front and rear suspension, it's 500 watts, going to get upwards of 20 miles an hour. This is an excellent buy. Again, look at all the features here. You've got your adjustable seat and handlebars. You've got your dual disc brakes, your 3-inch tires, your foldable design, front and rear shock absorption. Oh my goodness. It's so cool. Powerful motor up to 20 miles an hour. And again, your 48 volt, 10 amp hour battery. It's a great deal, an awesome bike. And I just want to give it a hug. Come here. Bring it in here, man. It's got foldable pedals too, which is really neat. So you're looking for a bike, looking for an affordable bike under $1,000. That is awesome. This is a great buy. Pick up 2 of these for you and your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever. And go out and ride. You can actually put a rack on the back of this thing. It does have the pre-molded or welded spot here where you can buy some accessories, and you could probably buy an extra battery for this as well. But this is a great buy. It's an awesome bike at this price point, at any price point. Sugar, at like $2,000, it's got a lot of features on here. Jasion, great deal. Does anybody have any questions out there? If you're watching us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, YouTube, you can ask us questions in real time right here at amazon.com/live. That's where this broadcast is originating. So we love e-bikes. We have a bunch of them here. Jasion did send this to us for promotional consideration, and we thank them for that. We have some other makes and models too. We talked about a couple of different ones earlier on these shows right here on Amazon Live. And we'll come back on as we progress through spring, because it's spring. Happy spring. Is it officially spring? I think spring has sprung in most places here in the continental U.S. So welcome to spring. We're going to start going outside soon and riding bikes and getting exercise, working on our tans and feeling better about ourselves. And biking, better than walking, because you can get further, faster, and same amount of exercise, if not more, because now you've got a goal. Because if you walk, you're just going to go, where are you going to go? Around the neighborhood? Walk around the same tree 20 times? Now, if you got a bike, you can ride to the store, to a restaurant, to your friend's house. And if you got an electric bike, you can go even further than that now. Venture out where you never thought you'd be able to go on a bicycle, because you have that backup, that luxury of that 500-watt motor behind you. And that's just a game changer to me. And if it's too far to drive, like if your beach is over this dangerous causeway that you're not allowed to walk or ride bikes over, you can fold your Jasion EB7 up in half, put it in the back of your SUV or your car or your trunk or your back seat or your front seat, and now you can take that bike over there, pull it out of your car, truck, SUV, RV, whatever, and ride it out there with all the other people that you were jealous of before, right? It's a good deal. Great deal on this bike. There is a sale on it. I don't know how long that's going to last. So if you want to pick up one of these bikes, you should probably do it sooner than later. The links are available underneath in our carousel if you're watching us on Amazon. Add that to your cart. Check out before they're all gone. These are going to sell out. These are going to go quick. This is such a great deal. Dual suspension, mountain bike tires, 500-watt motor, color screen. It's just so much and completely foldable. You can take it anywhere. I love this bike. I like this handle too. This is one of my favorite features. The handle, just walk around. It's pretty well balanced too. And it's a great ride. I took this, did some trick stuff with it at our shopping center, remember? Parking lot the other day. And we had a blast on this bike too. And now I'm going to ride it off my kitchen counter. Are you guys ready for that?
No.
I shouldn't do that?
No.
Why?
No.
Is it against our lease?
Yes.
Should I put a helmet on?
No.
Hey, make sure you ride with some protection too. Wear a helmet. I've got these nifty bike shorts. Pretty svelte, right? Not gonna lie. All right, if we don't have any questions, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna ride actually this bike to our favorite restaurant, and it's wine time, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it is. It's wine 30 somewhere, wherever you are. It's a beautiful day outside here in Florida. Again, the winds are kicking up at about 40 miles an hour. So good thing we have this pedal assist, so we're going to be able to get home. Because undoubtedly, as soon as we ride home, the wind will be in our face as we ride to the shopping center. And then the wind will change direction immediately when we leave, and it'll be in our face again. That's great for summertime, but bad if you're trying to get somewhere in a hurry. Jasion EB7, an excellent buy, an excellent coupon, well under $1,000. I think we're talking $800 for an electric bike, and that is a lot of bike for that price. I highly recommend that. If you're on the fence, you want to pull the trigger, get 2 of these for less than the price of an average e-bike. That's a great deal. All right, I'm getting out of here. Thank you for joining us, and make sure you hit that follow button. It helps us a lot, and it helps you become aware of what we're going back on. We're bringing our cooking shows back on. We're going to do our workout shows. What are those shows we're doing? Crafting, and we're going on a cruise this Thursday on MSC's Maragavilia.
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Yeah, that's it.
And we may do a live broadcast from the cruise ship, depending on how the Wi-Fi goes. So, all right, we're getting out of here. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, Felicia.
Don't say that. I knew it.
Welcome to the funniest show in the world, more specifically on Amazon Live. With loads of crafts and cooking, you can follow along. The Fresh and Felicia Show. This is the Fresh and Felicia Show.